Right-wing demonstrators maintained a mostly peaceful protest today, led by organizer Joe Biggs from Florida. He calls this, quote, an end to domestic terrorism rally that's focused on anti-fascist groups. His words there. Our Fox 12's Brenna Kelly followed the conservative groups today and shows us what happened.
Right-wing groups gathered this morning at the East Bank Esplanade in Northeast Portland. They then marched over the bridge, meeting counter-protesters at the waterfront park. At no point did things seem to get out of control within this right-wing group, nor did there seem to be any arrests within the main group of demonstrators. Hundreds of demonstrators from far-right groups made their way to the East Bank Esplanade in Northeast Portland Saturday morning.
Not protesting, just here for a political march and to stand up for the president.
Proud Boys and other groups carried American flags and wore Make America Great Again hats as the mass of protesters walked across the Morrison Bridge and to Waterfront Park, where they were met by anti-fascist counter-protesters.
I'm here because I want freedom, and I've been called a brown Nazi. And you know what? That's ridiculous.
During one of the only occasions in which both groups came face to face, things stayed relatively calm, and right-wing demonstrators danced to loud music.
This is insane for me. This is my first time here, and I don't know what. My nerves are all over the place.
Patriot Prayer leader Joey Gibson making an appearance as well, just one day after turning himself into law enforcement for felony rioting charges. He later bailed himself out of the Multnomah County Jail. Demonstrators then marched over to the Hawthorne Bridge and back to the east side, where rally organizer Joe Biggs made the announcement it's time to go home.
We pretended to be the big bag boogeyman and just kind of had fun with it. It was all a big troll. I don't know.
In the middle of our interview, Biggs ran to a clash between right-wing demonstrators and a counter-protester. That man was pulled from the chaos by police and later let go. Demonstrators then dispersed and loaded into buses and personal cars, telling me they considered this a peaceful protest and a success. I asked Biggs today if he felt he could have spread his message in a different way, given that businesses had to close and events had to be moved or canceled due to these protests. He said no, and he does hope that an anti-mask law can be put into place soon. Reporting in downtown Portland, Brenna Kelly, Fox 12 Oregon.